OpenAI Ads released about a month ago, and that's been raising a lot of questions on how exactly should you be running your ads for your business. Well, luckily for you, I just got off a call with an OpenAI go-to-market strategist who gave me an exact step-by-step playbook on the best way to run OpenAI ads. Enough chit-chat, let's just hop right into it, right? So basically, she sent me a PDF guide on the best way to make these ads and structure these ads for kind of any sort of business. Me, for example, I'm going to be running it on a Shopify e-commerce store. So if you do have like a service-based business, the same concepts still apply, but I will be mainly focusing on a product-based business. So the big thing that she did focus on in the call was that you're turning your existing ads that are already running and already being successful into OpenAI ads. Right, the main idea here is to build clean, launch with scale. A successful launch should be clean and scaled. You can tell it's ChatGPT written, right? But the big thing is you want to plan for 100 reviewed and ready ads. And that was kind of a surprise to me, right? Under every campaign, she said you should have at least 100 ads. I was doing like one ad per campaign, but she was saying you should have upwards of 100. So, right, golden path, build a thoughtful, well-designed campaign that applies to every launch, uses at least 100 reviewed workbook-ready ads, uses the approved claims intent map, makes scale useful by keeping the campaign logical. All this stuff, you can go through and read it, right? But this is the important part. What you're going to need is your exported ad files, your website domain, kind of what you claim or what you offer within your ads, kind of your brand guardrails, as well as any image assets that you have for your products or services, and kind of measurements. What do you want to actually track? So the big thing that OpenAI Ads wants is your existing text ads, right? The company I'm doing this for is already running Google Ads, so it wants active and recently high-performing search ads, include responsive search, headlines, and descriptions where possible, recommended fields, campaign, ad group status, headlines, all this sort of stuff. So let's go over to my Google Ads account and see. All right, so in Google Ads Manager, I think I'm going to come to search terms, download those. Let's just go all time, why not? Right? Download those as a CSV. Let's get when and where ads are showed, maybe. No, I don't think so. That's just mobile phones or computers. Let's get keywords as well. I think keywords will be another good one to download as well. Sweet, now that we got those downloaded, this is gonna be like our step-by-step workflow on what we're actually going to be doing, right? First, we're gonna make our approved claims, then our intent map, then the campaign structure, then our context hints, then we're gonna launch the ads, then we're going to scale and expand them. We're gonna remove duplicates and score the ads. Then we're going to do some validation workbooks as well as the final review, and then going ahead and actually posting the ads. So basically how this is going to work is you're going to be getting a ChatGPT prompt that you're going to copy and replace the stuff that you want to replace. So you're going to copy this first prompt, come over to ChatGPT, make a new chat, paste it in there, right? I'm preparing ads for, the company is Sarah Glove. I am providing an exported ad files. Advertiser domain is sarahglove.com. And then priority landing pages, right? This is where you're going to want to paste the approved landing page URLs that you want used in the actual ads. If they are already uploaded and exported, you can do option B as well, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to paste the URLs that I want in there. So what I'm actually doing here before I paste those URLs in is I'm asking ChatGPT for UTM URLs for a ChatGPT ads campaign called YouTube, right? And I need the link for these URLs. Basically what I'm doing is I'm pasting in 3 products that I'm actually wanting to run these campaigns for, as well as I'm going to do the actual website itself, just so I have the UTM URLs so you're able to track that these ads actually came from ChatGPT. And then it'll also tell you the campaign as well, right? So what we'll do is now we'll copy and paste these back into our original prompt here. All right, nice. Now we can see we got the black nitrile, the rain ponchos, the blue nitrile gloves, and the just home page. So back on the PDF, if we just want to check it before, you change any of the red stuff. So any brand or compliance notes you would put in there as well. So what we're going to do is upload our search keywords report as well as our search terms report. So then we can go ahead and send the prompt. While that's loading, we can look at building the intent map. Only move on to this step after confirming whether any claims are unsupported or should be removed. Okay, so first we got to remove the claims from the approved claims tab. So let's see, it's still generating there. And then we will copy and paste this section. So I guess we can just consider all claims approved and kind of go from there. All right, so now this is going to be our approved claims list, right? Claim or offer. Sarah Glove sells disposable gloves, work gloves, rain ponchos, yep. Okay, I just read through all those and they look to be all good. So consider all claims in the approved table good for use, right? Now we're gonna go ahead and send that second prompt, which is doing what? It's building the intent map. So while that's generating, what we're gonna do is copy and paste the next one. So we'll copy that, wait for that to load, you paste it in there while we look at what this one is actually doing. So while that's loading, let's take a peek at what this is actually doing. What we are going to be doing is creating the ad campaign and the ad group plan. So it looks like we now have to upload the Excel sheet that we got downloaded as well. And it is going to fill it out for you. So the input I am providing, right? The required campaigns inputs, user clicks, we're going to be doing clicks. And then you put your target country. So we're going to be doing the USA. And that looks like the only thing we have to edit for that one, right? So is this done? Yep, looks like it. Oh, no, it's not. But we can just do it in the meantime. So we are going to be doing whatever, clicks. And then target country is going to be the USA. All right, and that's done. And then what we are going to do is attach the workbook template that you will download as well. Then we can go ahead and send that prompt and see what next we have to do. All right, generating the context hints. The context hints are non-exact match keywords that describe real conversations, topics, user needs, or situations where the ad group may be relevant, right? So I guess this is now going to be generating the context hints for each one of the ads. Nice, now it looks like our campaign and ad groups section, right? So we can see our campaign name is Sarah Glove YouTube Ad Clicks USA. And then it's got our ad groups, right? So we got black nitrile 6 mil, we got black nitrile powder free, non-latex black gloves, texture black gloves, and look at that. Created almost, 20 of those? So now it looks like these are going to be all of our different ad groups that the ads are going to be running for, right? So sweet. Next up is going to be generating our context hints. So let's go ahead and grab this next prompt to start generating our context hints for these ad groups. All right, sweet. So now it generated us all the context hints for each one of the ad groups. Sweet, look at that. Next up, it looks like we are going to be doing the actual ads. So let's copy and paste the next prompt. There's a lot of copying and pasting in this demo, but I guess that's how the ChatGPT ads are meant to be, right? Using AI to prompt AI to make the AI ads, right? So I'm guessing what this one is going to do is make the actual ads under the ad groups. Sweet, so it looked like it went through and made the title and a description for each one of our products. Review notes, sources claimed, okay. Oh, this is all reviews. Avoid employing this. Okay, so now it's also reviewing and flagging anything, right? Do not add hyperallergenic, do not claim non-slip or guaranteed grip. Inventory and packing should be checked before launch, right? Do not apply complete protection or unsupported yet. So it's just giving you something specific to look at for each one of these ads to see if there is a problem with the ad copy. So next up, we are going to scale the ads in the ad workbook. So I guess those were now entered into our sheet. So now what we're going to do is generate 50 to 100 more, keeping the workbook as a source of truth. So what we're going to do is now grab this next prompt and paste it into ChatGPT. I'm continuing the scaled ChatGPT Ads workbook build. So current number of valid ads, I think is 32. Yep, 32. And this is batch number 1. And then we'll go ahead and send that. And then it should, theoretically, be making more ads into the current workbook. Okay, as we can see, now it completed another 50 ads. So now that brings our total up to 82. So what we're going to do is copy and paste the prompt in there again and change our number to 82. All right, now this is batch number 2, right? And the goal is to have at least 100 ads in our campaign. So we'll go ahead and send that and we'll get our ads cooking. Sweet, now we can see there is now 100 populated ad rows in our campaign. The next part is going to be removing duplicates and scoring each one of the ads. So what we're going to do is copy this prompt and go ahead and paste it back into here. Okay, sweet. Looks like it went through and scored all of our ads. You can go through and see the scores for each one of them. And then it looks like it corrected 14 ads within the workbook as well. Then these 6 were removed for duplication. Next up is going to be validating the workbook. So let's go ahead and copy these and we can go ahead and paste it into ChatGPT. Wonderful. Okay, sweet. So it just gave us now our pre-launch results and it looks like it needs fixing. The workbook structure, naming, relationships, contact hints are validation. It is not upload ready because the campaign budget type, and all ad group maximum bids and image links are still blank. So before we edit any of that, it does look like there's still one final review to go through before actually submitting it. So let's go ahead and prompt this final prompt into ChatGPT, and then we can go through and manually edit the rest of the stuff that it did not do. Now this is our final advertiser review checklist, right? So now it's giving us all of the things that we should review for our campaign before we actually upload it and start it, right? Confirm and test each URL, enter the campaign budget to the max CPC. Okay, sweet. So here is our final download. So let's go ahead and download that. Okay, sweet. So I just imported it into Google Sheets so we can go ahead and edit all of the required stuff that is not in there yet. So for max budget, what she did recommend is saying to spend at least $25 a day. That $25 will be distributed across your 100 ads. It won't be like $25 times your 100 ads. That would be insane, especially for testing. So we'll do 10 days, right? So we'll do $250. This budget type, it looks like lifetime or daily, defaults to lifetime, daily rolling out in the beta. So I don't think that's ready yet. So let's do launch date. Right, so we'll do 07/ what's today? 13th. Yeah, we'll start today /26. And then end date. We'll do 10 days from today. So we'll do 07/23/26. Right, objective clicks, target country, US. Perfect. Now we'll pop over to the ad groups. Now we can see our bid per click, your cost per click. So OpenAI does recommend $3, so we'll just do $3 across the board for that. And then keywords should be all good. Now we'll come over to ads, right? So what we do need here is our ads image URLs, right? So the URL that you will need for each one of your images. So what you can actually do, right, is let's download this new updated sheet and let's come over to Claude. Then on Claude, what you can do is you can actually connect it to your Shopify store. So if you go to settings and then, where is it? Connectors. Yeah, connectors. If you search for Shopify, right, you're able to connect your Shopify store to Claude itself, and what we can do is say, get me an image URL for each one of my ads in this sheet from my Shopify store. So that way, if you have multiple products, let's say you're doing a campaign for 100 different products, you don't have to manually get it from each one of your product pages. You can just have Claude go ahead and actually do it for you. So it just generated me the whole new list. So let's go ahead and download that. So now if we open up this sheet and start going to the image URLs, it will start popping up with the different images that it generated. Or it grabbed from the Shopify store is the better way to put it, right? And you can see it is all square images. That will be good for the OpenAI ads. So now what we are going to do is just, I'm going to just grab this whole section and just copy and paste it into this existing sheet here, making sure that it is all lined up. Perfect. Now that we have all of those URLs in there, what we're going to do is come over to File, Download, and download it as an Excel sheet. You can see it downloaded, and then come to our OpenAI Ads Manager. Then what we're going to do is come up to Create, move my face out of the way, Upload Bulk, and then change this ad to Bulk Sheet. And then what we're going to do is upload our newest one, which is this one. Now you're going to go ahead and import the file. Oh, what do we got? This file contains one validation issue. You can proceed, but the same row will be skipped. Okay, so we can see we've got the campaign name, target countries, ad groups, ads. Perfect. Upload. And now it looks like it is uploading. Now if we come over to campaigns, it looks like our upload was just completed. So I guess if we click on our campaign, okay, now we can see all of our ad groups. Okay, sweet. Now we can go to ads and let's see if they are all in there. Perfect. Yep. Now you can see gloves and rain gear, right? High volume glove buy, workplace supplies, right? You can go through and see all of the images, right? Okay, images look good for ponchos. Sweet. You know, images look good for gloves, right? You can go through and check and make sure that everything looks good. Now for tracking, there's a couple different ways that you can actually track it. The OpenAI Ads Manager does now support ROAS, right? So if you see on this last campaign that I did, right, we had 0 ROAS. But it does now attribute it if you do have your pixel set up correctly. I'll leave a link to how to set up your pixel in the description below. And there's also a new section that they just added called Conversion API, which I'm working on a video on how to set that up into your Shopify store as well. I also am working on a Shopify app where it'll just be a one-click install and it'll install everything onto your Shopify store for a successful OpenAI ads management. So if you do want to be the first to know when that Shopify app does release, go ahead and add your name to the waitlist in the description as well. So that is pretty much it for this tutorial. It's pretty self-explanatory. You copy and paste the different prompts from the PDF and upload 100 ads all at one time. If you have any issues or comments, feel free to leave it down in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Awesome. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.